Pisces theme. This over. Oh, I know it's taking long. This is too much fun to be able to get into these deep things and follow them through. You know, like you don't get a chance to talk to people. And even with clients, how often would you get to this? This is something you have to study to get to, that unfolds as you get through. So if we're reading this, sorry, the hexagram, a fellowship with men, here we go. Above, heaven above, fire below. Great clarity that reaches to heaven. Simple words of insight will have powerful effect. Secure your associations before you ask for anything. Don't make promises you can't fulfill. The image, many footsteps, abundant opportunities. One who hesitates loses. If you are sincere, you will make great progress. What is emotional sincerity? Whoa. Strength without clarity within. One believes in oneself. One acts in great conscience. Great activity, great change. It furthers one to be sincere and to follow through on what one starts. One must know who to align with to ensure continuity and success, and one must not compromise one's principles. Okay, so this is happening inside the army of being self-critical, inside the thing of reassessing and reevaluating everything from Venus. It's also the progressed sun coming and touching the IC, and it's empowering the motive. The personal motivation was these issues to begin with. But she believed in the work and business, taking care of the family. That's it. Like in India, they say when someone hits 50, it's time for them to let go of the family, go walk, go take care of their Mr. Life, and the family will take care of itself. But it doesn't usually happen. Like most people hang in, try and be the grandparent, hang in and stay in the family. But there's a whole current of how the mysticism comes up. Once it does, you're on another plane. You're on your way to dying, but you're also waking up spiritually, and you don't really be concerned with worldly things. So some of this is going on. But in the progressed Venus, it's going to go through the lines. So I'm going to, it doesn't, that line one was before this. So we're just going to start with, go through the lines of this. And the IC is in line 2, which is the one we're going to start with. So this is the one that progressed sun in the IC. This is a doubly important one. And Venus hit this point from September 1st, 16 till January 17, until she really, that's the point where she made, I came to see me and she made the decision to start studying this, the webinar series. Okay, so this was not in your element. Be aware of who your real friends are. Be courteous to strangers, but do not encourage intimacy. That's the Venus. Too much of a good thing will spoil it. Choose your indulgences carefully. Poor choices will attract bad company. What's good company? What's valuable? This is story in her life. She has to do things like that. Who's my friends, who's not? And the other is, this is her progressed sun is on this, referring this, and the progressed Venus is going through this, trying to adjust. It's the changing factor that's having it come into align with the same values. One pauses for a moment, one takes a deep breath. What if it should fail? 2 steps back, 10 steps forward. You just prepare and you go on. So like, this is, what if it should, what if I can't work? What if I can't do, like these values, the emotions are going through these things, but the progressed sun is going through these things. So emotions went through this just before coming to astrology. Interesting enough, in 2020, it goes back into line 2. It goes back into line 2 in October 2020. Until February 21, and that's the completion of this line 2 phase. No, it's July 2020. It goes into this. No, it is. I'm sorry, I have the date here. It was October 2020, October 16, 20. It goes into line 2. So this, she went through that when she started astrology. It's finished, and she's got to reassess this the same way emotionally. But while this the whole thing is going on, it goes into other lines and comes back to around this. But the progressed sun is sitting on this point in this degree as well. Okay, now, so when it went to the 3rd degree, went up to line 3, went into line 3 from line 3 was January 17 to June 17, June 5th, 17. So more than one person approaches, someone wins your attention. If they're encouraged, difficulties will escalate. If one is not discreet, aggression will get out of hand. Great clarity, great dependency. How much fuel will be used? It will be costly to sustain. So the idea is dependencies, expectations, what you choose. Be careful what you choose because there's going to be conditions that come on it around that. One, services are demanded. One is ready. Response is immediate. Okay, so that's coming into this next point. So that was there, and it's happening from May 17th to 2020. So this is not quite in the sun when it's close, so it's still within the degree, but this is a unique thing happening with the Venus. Okay, in the fourth place, which is 2017 to February 2018, it's in line 4. Inappropriate initiative. One goes out of one's way to be noticed. Motives are questionable. One assumes too much and ignores boundaries. One creates aversion, misfortune. So there's a tendency to, I don't know if I want that. This is part of her still fighting with the old world of what she can do for work and trying to accept a new, which is humbler but more inwardly powerful. Abundant opportunity, danger of dissipating one's energy. Consider the implications and problems will be diminished. One takes advantage of the opportunity. As soon as a thought arises, one acts. One is strong and ignores the vulnerabilities of others. This cannot be maintained forever, or even one's own vulnerabilities for that matter. Then it moves up to the line 5, and then it starts backing up to these again. Line 5. This is from February 18. You should write this stays there until October 19. October 19 it was there for the last year, or last 6 months. February 18, year and a half in that one place. Someone in authority keeps the wolves at bay. One maintains one's responsibilities and is honorable, good fortune. Family concerns surface, gentle words of clarity. Preferential treatment is not given. Everyone is welcomed. One moves quickly and shows no weakness. One uses one's authority and power. If one has the welfare of others at heart, great works can be accomplished. So this is a puzzle. It's in there, and it's just been going about what's work, what's power, what's new depth and integrity, and how do I find my bearings around it? What do I have to prove? What do I need to do? That's the Moon and Aries. That's the question of this. So I've learned these things. Now what do I do? It's a whole different game. So then it backs up through the 4th, 3rd, goes into the 2nd again. So that's the Venus, and the Saturn is going through, the progressed Sun is going through exactly these same things in line 2. But inside line 2, this goes even deeper. It goes to the 3rd line. It's just too deep for looking at the Venus. But this is revolution molting. It's a changing line. It's in the same, where revolution molting is one hexagram before this. Okay, so the line of revolution molting, I won't read the whole thing, but the line it's in, line 6, supported by what is right. One trusts in the law of karma. One is considerate of others and rests content with what one has. Good vibrations increase. Be encouraging. Help will come. Insincerity abounds. One knows one's limits. One pulls away from frivolity and favoritism and takes time to reflect. So in the innermost thing with the Sun, there is a sense of really reinforcing your inner being and letting go of the outside stuff. That's the progressed chart. It just adds a story behind it adds you a sort of spectrum to go into a story around the IC, which we know the Sun at the IC, it's powerful. So this gives us a myth or an allegory or a story to read into it, to read around it to see with certain guidelines. The I Ching's written this area so that you avoid blame and how to live without blame and how to keep things clear. So it's really useful information to apply to the horoscope. When they two came together for me, it was huge. So, but I don't use this for everyone. Everybody's not ready for looking at it at this point. It's just, it can go this way. Now, this gets very important when you have really life and death situations. There's huge things coming up, big decisions. She's at a really primal point in her life, inwardly. Nobody else outside knows knew her. Everyone knows her as doing things for them. They're going to want her to keep doing them, but she's having to pull away to recharge herself more and make a new alignment more. Okay, so that's basically, yeah, that's the chart. And you have it always all the way along this. It has to fit with the natal chart. So you look at the natal chart, you see the Saturn coming up, the descendant going up. You know she's going to have to work. The sun's coming down to the ice sheet. She's getting all the enlightenment, the inner things going on right now. The Venus is turning retrograde. The whole values are changing to go a different direction. Everything's ready to go. Mercury's already come past and is lit up and has gone past the motivation, but she's ready to go. How does she disturb the universe and build up a career that's different than what she set up? How to build up a career after retirement when most people just say, I'll just retire and sit there and get fat, watch TV, enjoy the kids. She's not going to do that. Her moon in Aries won't let her sit still like that. She get that inertia. She's just dead set against. It depresses her. And the guilt of just doing nothing, inertia will just plague her. So she's going to build this up. She's got a very nice chart for being the teacher, for being the astrologer, the Mercury Uranus, for expressing herself, and the need to help others, and to me, like that moon up in the 10th house, turning the hobby to the career to help others to do things. I think the astrology being matched with adding a healing thing like Tai Chi, Qigong, maybe yoga, something physical, that's spiritual, physical, that she can get good at within a couple of years and it's healthy for her. And as she gets good at it, she'll start teaching and showing other people how to do it. She'll have a lot of fun with that. And in and around that, people will come into her advice for her as the teacher. She'll shine. Okay. That's it for today. Next week, so thank you. And we'll see you next week. Okay. Good night.